And we are live on Facebook and YouTube.
There you go. Nope, that's not me. I have to remember what color shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Still not me. That's gonna
I'm gonna lift my phone away here.
Says you're
In
live.
case I didn't know it's on.
All right.
There you are.
There you are.
Here, I'm nice. Yeah, you put the
We are on. I have no idea where you left your phone. See, if we don't go on at 7:15, we're just blown. See?
Well-oiled machine.
A well-oiled 7:15 machine. Nobody's on with us yet. All right. Well,
Keep my phone. Oh, duh. Okay.
no one has come on with us.
Nobody?
Nobody. Just me.
I ain't got nobody. Nobody. Well, we got Instagrammers popping in and out. Hello, our darling Instagrammers that come in and pop in and out.
Friend Fondo's on.
Yay!
See, it's going to be different. Brent is never the
Brentman
first
has joined
one.
us. Robert Tran has joined us.
Nice. So we snuck on because we're going to do a sale, but we're not telling anybody. Shh. Otherwise, we'll get in trouble.
Who's going to yell at you?
Everybody.
Oh, everyone?
It's kind of like when Dad used to go in the bathroom and then we would sell stuff.
Right.
So that's what we're doing. We snuck on.
Brent says, I'm first, so used to being late.
You are first.
And we're all early.
That is true. My coughing has begun.
Just in time, because you have that cough all day.
I know.
And as soon as we turn the cameras on.
Can't take it. Oh well. So anyway, we are going to be having some stuff on sale. And we didn't clear it with anybody. We just decided we were going to sneak on and do this. Because you can't trust us ever.
That is true.
And it's too nice outside to be inside. So if we're stuck inside, might as well do something bad.
That is true.
That is my motto. Much to the chagrin of my dad on most days.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
And we have Pete with us today. So we have Peter Stone, the only professional
Surprise!
in the place today is Pete.
Oh, hold on. Matt's Collectible says, hey guys, I saw the cutest thing on Instagram being advertised. They were taking some of their dad's old ties and turning them into a stuffed bear. Thought of Neal immediately. Interesting.
Well,
Although I suppose if anybody got a genuine Neal Adams tie, the last thing they're going to do is cut it up and make a bear.
yeah,
out of it.
everybody's been after us to sell Neal's ties, and we've not done that. So the family seems to be holding on to his tie collection.
Well, because then there's the big question: do you try to wash the stains off of it?
she's so
You know,
nice. She's such an elegant daughter over there.
Well, but I mean, the soy sauce and stuff. It's
Jelly.
Jelly. It makes
So I
it
can't go on
a
with
bit
you
more
when you-
authentic.
Yes, that's how you do know it's an authentic tie by Neal, just like you know it's authentic original art.
If
If
there's
it
a subtle
has
coffee stain on it.
Coffee stains, Haagen-Dazs, or jelly donut.
That's right. Or soy sauce.
Or soy sauce.
Hey, Greg Harper.
Just like if it's a Kris shirt, it's tomato sauce and soy sauce.
Right. With a stray hair.
With a stray hair. Yes, I drop the hair. Everybody gets a piece of Kris Adams DNA in every package. So Greg Harper is on with us. So we're just kind of seeing who we're going to catch. We did not advertise that we were doing this early. We just figured
Surprise!
we would try it out at an earlier time because we weren't really going to do a Friday night show tonight. So we're on. We kind of snuck on, and I'm going to sneak some stuff through.
And we even snuck Pete on.
And
So
we
those
snuck
that
Pete on.
miss it are really going to be bent that they missed out on Pete.
That's right. They can't ask those secretive questions like,
Tell me
"Do
a
you
story,
read
Neal."
comic books."
No.
Yeah, you do. Aren't you that guy that writes that like thing about like comic books that nobody paid attention to that are really great?
Buried treasures?
Very treasures.
13thdimension.com.
Exactly.
Yes. It's me.
That's you. I had a feeling it was you. Because you know that Peter Stone name, if you Google Peter Stone, you get 1 million of them.
I know. That's the problem with Amazon, too.
So which Peter Stone are you?
I'm the guy who designs Briar horses.
I wish you were the guy that designed better horses because then we'd be millionaires.
And he's Peter B. Stone, as we call him, Big PDB.
Big
I don't think you call me that.
All right, well, I'm going to start my show.
Joe Faria is asking, just curious, any Batman Moon of the Wolf items floating around? Have we not to print?
We do have a Giclée of Moon of the Wolf, which, of course, that is not one I grabbed. But I can go grab one.
I'll see if I can find
It's right on the shelf, which you're not going to see it. We do have a Moon of the Wolf Giclée. It's a little bit more expensive because it's a fancy Giclée that we put out for New York Comic Con this year. So it is at a $200 price. It is a 13 by 19 print, or Giclée. I should say it's on very nice paper stock. It's not like a print. It's more like a nice textural,
Watercolor
thick paper that's very nice, absorbs the color really well. And we'll pull that out for you. So I was going to start with some comics that have come out that we have copies of that we're going to sell pretty much almost at cover price. These are new facsimiles that they're doing that have foil on the covers. And basically, we get a box now and then we sell them on the show. So these are kind of my leftovers that are hanging. Look at that, Pete found it.
Yay, Petey.
Okay, so for the Moon of the Wolf, this is what we have. Again, like I said, it is a 13 by 19 Giclée, which is on a very nice paper stock. Like, if you notice, this isn't flimsying around.
Mm-hmm.
It's solid. And this is Moon of the Wolf. It
Color is very accurate to the original piece.
Right. It is not signed by Neal because this was that's actually
that's
the
the printed
signature on the
signature,
piece.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Because we did this after Neal had passed, so there was no way we could get him to sign it. We would love to be able to get a hole in the wall that we can just put stuff in. I'm surprised Dad hasn't figured that out on the other side yet. On like if we could just put it like at night on the table and then we come in the morning and sign. Z, we have to try that.
Are we going to become mediums?
Yes, we're gonna get. Let's see, we could get fried rice, pork fried rice.
Pork fried rice.
Pork fried rice. Put that on the table. A Diet Coke.
Yeah.
We'll put a bunch of prints.
A cold cup of coffee.
Cold cup of coffee.
Haagen-Dazs rum raisin.
He hasn't Haagen-Dazs in a while. And then see if we can catch him and leave a pen and maybe he'll sign the prints for us. I think that's worth a try. I don't know about you.
Either he's going to sign it or Jack Kirby's going to sign it.
That would even be cooler in some ways. Well, we left some prints for Neal Adams to sign in the middle of the night, but Jack Kirby came along. So, who knew Jack Kirby liked fried rice? Pork fried rice. Anyways, this is the Giclée. It's a lovely Giclée. It is definitely Moon of the Wolf without all the stuff on it. This is a newer drawing. I don't want to confuse that. Like, this may be the cover. Neal redrew this. And of course, the phone hasn't rung all day, so now it will ring. So Moon of the Wolf, and this is 200 to buy. The way you would
Purchase it.
claim a piece.
Yeah.
Go ahead, see if you want.
All right, if you want to purchase any item that you see, what you would do is in the comment bar where everybody's saying hi, say claim, let us know what it is that you're claiming. So in this case, it would be claim Moon of the Wolf Giclée. We will verbally acknowledge that we have seen your claim. Then we'll probably pop one of our confetti bombs, and Kris will make her noisy thing. And it's not turned on. The noise button is not on. Then we will ask you to send us a direct message with your real name, your PayPal email address, and your mailing address. It is very important that we have your PayPal address because we need to be able to invoice you. It is important for us to have your mailing address because that is where Kris goes to when she needs to actually do the mailings.
Right.
Are we having any original art today?
I have some pieces on the lower end of our original art available on my back wall.
Okay,
But
so
today is primarily we decided to go with prints and comic books and CGCs and stuff like that.
there you go.
If you want to look at what artwork we have available for sale, if you go to Neal Adams Comic Artist Facebook account or his Neal Adams on Instagram, if you look at Wednesday night show, that's where you can see artwork that we have for sale. Or you can go to the nealadamsstore.com is another place. Matter of fact, a lady bought a piece that was very nice yesterday from the nealadamsstore.com. So there's many different ways to see art that is available. If you're watching this and we're off the air, you can always direct message us. Somebody is usually around to answer direct message. We'll pull stuff for you over the weekend if you're interested in a piece. We make it very easy. Like, it's very easy to buy stuff up here. So, okay, so I'm going to put my giclée down on the table. So I was talking about different comic books that I have available that have come through. There is, in the future, my understanding, there is a facsimile edition of the Superman versus Muhammad Ali original comic book. So it has the original colors, and they're doing it treasury size because these did so well for them that they decided to reissue Superman versus Muhammad Ali, which I think was for August. So it should be coming out very soon for the summer.
Daniel David Sanchez, I do not understand what you mean by that. Please
So,
clarify.
so that's something that's coming out, and also the that red cover with Batman on it.
Oh, Night of the Reaper?
Night of the Reaper is also coming out at around Halloween, and that's another facsimile edition. So they seem to be on a roll of doing facsimile editions of Neal's original comics with original coloring, except it's not on yellow icky paper. It's actually on a nicer grade of white paper, but it's still kind of like a newsprinting paper. So it does have kind of the feel of the original comic book. So what I still have left is I do have the Detective Comics Batman and Batgirl. This is the facsimile edition of number 411. I have the foil as well as having it non-foiled. Now I will say this, the covers are Neal Adams, but the interior is not Neal Adams. So once again, the covers are Neal, but the insides are newsprint and somebody else's work.
And Ryan says he sent a payment on the Galactus print that he ordered
Yep,
last time.
I saw that. I will say the interiors has the first story of Talia, right?
First appearance of Talia al
I
Ghul.
believe this is the first appearance of Talia. Yep.
Well, I had my camera on them, and then you both took them.
Sorry.
Naughty things.
Yeah, this is the first issue of
Yes,
Talia.
it is.
Right.
You are correct.
So the interior is the first issue of Talia, It is number 411, facsimile editions here, not originals. One has foil on it for 20, and one does not, which we're also selling for 20. So these are available for $20 each if anyone needs to fill this in their Neal Adams collection. And it does have a nice foil on it, but like I said, we still have it with no foil available. These there. Next up, I have the treasury sized. This is, well, it has no number on it. It's the treasury size Batman with Ra's al Ghul, the first epic adventure, a 76-page novel in comic form. And it is treasury size. The interiors of this one is all Neal Adams. Nope, not all Neal Adams.
Novak did one of those.
Yeah, and then the rest is Neal. It has definitely the Ra's al Ghul stories, and the interiors look great. Like, this is what these new facsimiles are looking like. So, like I said, for those who love the original coloring, here you go. And it is on a nice white paper. Which I don't think comics have ever been printed on this white paper.
Not back then.
So nice. So once again, it is the foil cover that I have available, as well as I do have non-foil available. And I hear the non-foils are being hunted for. So non-foil, did I put a non-foil? Yeah,
Yeah, non-foil
non-foil
is 25
and
and
foil.
foil is 30.
Right. So that we still have a continuity. We have a minimal amount left, so don't sit back on that one because I won't have it for long. And then they also did the facsimile edition of the John Stewart Green Lantern, Green Arrow story.
Number 87,
Number 87 with
John Stewart.
foil.
First appearance of Jon Stewart, who I hear is going to be in a new TV show
Yep.
called Lanterns, with his good pal, Hal Jordan.
Yes. Who's playing Hal Jordan?
I don't think we know yet.
Okay, so this we sell for $50. This is a harder one to find out there. I do have it, I believe, just in foil. But if you write interested in non-foil, I can probably then look for it and tell you if I have one or two copies of non-foil left. All right. That's that comic. Okay, next up, I wanted to go through this one more time. This is the Peter Pan record that was reissued. You remember those old Peter Pan records done back in 75, 74. And basically, Peter Pan records, there is one of the relatives decided to try and bring it back. So they did this really cool red record just for us to sell. We're the only people selling this really cool red. And it looks like blood. It does have black that runs through it, so it kind of has a blood effect. And it has there's Neal's monsters. It's the Frankenstein Werewolf Dracula story in comic book form, which there are only 100 of these printed. And I lost my print that was in here. There is also a print, which I don't know where my print went.
I think that's the one that you pulled from the review.
Probably. There's a box over there that has more of them. Look at the print so you guys can see it. Sometimes you can't see the print when the record's in front of it. All right, Zee's got the print. And that is the limited print that is also inside. So you kind of get this really nice package. Like I said, we're the only ones
I
that...
didn't get that. Could you try again?
Shut up, Siri.
Yeah, really. I don't know what causes that to start happening.
Siri is always
Listening,
to
right.
interfere in your
Right.
conversations.
So we're the only ones that sell the red blood records. Anywhere else you may find this, it'll be a black record or ringing, and it won't have the comic book with it.
It almost made Cootie spit take.
I know. It is boring. I would much rather watch a red blood record spin around on
You
my.
know me, I like my candy apple red.
Yes. And this just came out this year, so. And we're down to like the very end of what we have left on this. So if you sat back, now's the time to get it. It's $50 to purchase. Ooh. There we go. Put it back together, guys. Okay. So once again, record, comic book. This has a 100 print run. It has the monsters story, which was redone from the Peter Pan records of Frankenstein, Werewolf, and Dracula. I'm trying to get the plastic not to shine.
It's a bright sunny day outside, so
Yep.
so we're gonna keep the
Okay.
glare off.
Well, I'm going to move on. All right, I'm going to put these over here. So I'm going to start with the newer gilet that we did. Again, this one was for New York Comic Con. The size of this is 13 by 19. It has Batman, Joker, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn. This is all done by Neal, with a little bit of help from family, but not much, in color. And this was a commission piece that Neal did. This has a very small run. I think we only did about 10 of these, if not 15 maybe. But that's kind of the run we did on this gilet. We're selling it for $200. It's very limited. It has a printed signature on it, but we don't have a real signature on it. But we will put Neal's holographic signature on the back of it.
Hey, Sarah.
So this is, once again, $200 to buy. The size is 13 by 19. This had a very limited run. I don't know if we're going to go back with another run of it. I don't think so. I think this is going to be it. And this is kind of like a little bit of a spoof of the 251, done a little differently because you do have Batman, Joker, you have the deck of cards, you definitely have New York City background, but he's added the elements of Catwoman and Harley Quinn into the piece. So it's a cool gilet. Again, if you're interested in purchasing, all you have to do is write that in the comment bar, claiming gilet Batman Joker. Or if we're not on, you can always just direct message us and we will get back to you very quickly. Okay. Now this is a gilet, 13 by 19. Again, Neal is the artist on this. It is a sign piece. This one is $100 because this is an older gilet that we have. If you're into Batman, Ra's al Ghul, and Man-Bat, this is the way to go. I like how I said Ra's al Ghul was Roswell. As if I'm going to do aliens next.
Area 51.
Yeah, with us, you never know.
Correct. 13 by 19, Batman, Ra's al Ghul, and Man-Bat. This, I think, is a great piece. I call it a living room piece because this is a piece that you can frame and definitely hang. Or it's like a Warner Brothers store. If you remember the Warner Brothers stores, they had nice pieces nice gilets basically, that you could buy and then frame and hang. So this one again is $100 to buy. All right. Next one up is, this was one of the covers to one of Neal's Again, Frankenstein Werewolf Dracula stories. This is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal. So if you're into horror, and I'm going to tease you. So you see that lightning bolt at the top there?
Mm.
See how thick it is? Or any of these lightning bolts? That's what was outside the window.
Mm-hmm.
So last Wednesday night, as we shut down the show, which we didn't know it was doing anything outside, and I was just kind of pushing the artwork together on the table, and I looked up, and there was this giant Neal Adams lightning bolt right outside the window. And
Well, see, I had my back turned, and Kris, whose eyes are generally pretty wide to begin with, just went like Looney Tunes wide. And so I'm thinking, okay, there's like an alien face hugger behind me or something. But I didn't even react because I was just like so done that day. I'm like, just let it get me.
just let it get me. I'm done.
I'm done.
So, and I keep telling Zeea, but it was like the biggest lightning bolt I've ever seen in my life.
You keep on rotating it more out of the
Well,
way.
because it's white in the middle, and I'm trying to get rid of the white in the middle. So, okay.
Maybe we should have shot sideways.
Maybe.
Eventually, we'll invest in curtains behind me.
Okay, next up, I don't know if
Oh, this is going to glare all over the place with the plastic.
Do you want to move to the side?
Either that or we got to take the plastic off.
Then I have to unplastic every print, which is going to be a pain.
Well,
All right,
we'll see how far.
every print.
No, I'm gonna rotate this way,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pull my table over. And see if that helps us.
If we do that, does that help? Actually, that doesn't.
Well, it's better than it was.
I was gonna say maybe spinning the table is the right answer. We've never done our show during daylight hours. We're like
Vampires.
We're vampires, exactly.
Okay, so this is our Conan.
Right, now this is from a cover that Neal did for Marvel, obviously. Nice Conan piece. This is $100 to buy. It does have an original Neal Adams signature at the bottom. And the size of this is 13 by 19. So, cool.
Very nice.
Conan piece. There aren't a lot of prints of Neal's Conan work. So that's a nice piece to own. Make me sick. I'm gonna put this in the plastic. Okay. Next up is the pencil to Harley Quinn #1. This is part of the Neal Adams 27 covers. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. And each one of those jokers down by her feet are different jokers representing
Different artists.
Different interpretations
periods,
of Joker. Which we had to do a lot of referencing.
I had to do a lot of referencing.
Ronnie Burgos, what do you mean show?
So you have to put together whose jokers are whose. So Harley Quinn, again, this is a Neal Adams pencil. It is a print. We're selling this for $100. It does have a signed Neal Adams signature at the bottom. Okay. Do you want to put these together? And I'll just keep moving. Okay, next up is Dark Knight 3. This is a copy of Neal's cover. A print of Neal's cover. Oh, wait, I forgot to take the plastic off. This is going to be
An interesting show.
an interesting show. Okay.
We're working out the kinks to doing a daytime show rather than our
Right.
usual nighttime show.
Well, we have a lot of people in Europe who have said, you guys come on too late. So we figured we'd come on a little earlier on Fridays and try it out. So this is Dark Knight 3. This is a great piece. This is a big Neal Adams Batman cape cover.
It's a whole lot of cape going
A
on.
lot of cape. With a big tornado effect. It is a signed print by Neal at the bottom. And again, $100 to buy.
Everybody being so quiet. Is it because you're still at work?
So only Neal Adams base works on Fridays.
guess so.
Which says there must be something wrong. There you go.
Just a reminder, y'all, we do have the lovely Mr. Pete Stone here with us. Infamous writer. Wonderful storyteller.
Okay, next up is a Wonder Woman Conan cover that Neal did for, was this something metal? Dark Metal? Was Dark Metal? No, this one was
Was
Wonder
the
Woman
crossover.
was a crossover, right? You're correct. It's the other Wonder Woman. That's the
Hello, Fred Warner. Hello, hello.
So this is 13 by 19. It is a print. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. It is $100 to buy. But I love that. Wonder Woman is obviously kicking butt here. One signature is printed, one signature is real, which is why it has two at the bottom. Really nice Conan. $100 to buy.
Fred Warner says, how much is the Man Bat and Joker sketches on the wall? Thanks in advance.
Yeah. Okay, these are original drawings. So there is the Man Bat. I got myself.
Alright, we may have to take him out of the sleeve.
Okay, we'll take them out of the sleeve.
Sorry, guys, we're not accustomed to doing our show
Sunlight.
during the day.
Okay, so there is Man-Bat. Man-Bat is $600 to buy. He is signed by Neal. I keep saying this is what I would buy because the detail work on the fur on this for this kind of piece, Neal really did a really great job on this. It has a lot of texturing of the fur of Man-Bat. This is my favorite Joker because I like the disc that's behind Joker's head. Joker is $700 to buy. But again, a really nice stylized Joker.
Yep.
Well-
And for those just joining us, if you see a piece that you want to claim, just write claim and the piece that you're claiming. We will verbally acknowledge that we have seen your claim, and then we will ask you to send us a direct message with your name, PayPal email address, and your mailing address. Okay, so Man-Bat was 600 and Joker is at 700.
Okay. Joker. Okay, next one up is another print.
Ooh, it's Kris's favorite.
It is my favorite. It is the Galactus print. And Galactus again is 13 by 19. It is signed in silver by Neal. At the bottom. And this print does not have that big a run either. This has been a smaller, because we did have this at a convention, and at the time it didn't move, and so we kind of stopped doing it for the conventions, and then I brought it back, and we've just started selling it like this week. So 13 by 19, $100. Great Galactus piece by Neal. And Neal doesn't draw Galactus.
Just in that Fantastic Four.
Yeah, thank God I got that.
Yep.
I got that out. Galactus. $100 to buy. Okay, next one is if you're into Neal's pencil work. This is based on the show Gotham. It is young Bruce Wayne and Batman. This was done originally as a finished pencil, so it really doesn't need to be inked because Neal did everything with pencil.
And I don't know why it's showing up as amber. This is on nice white paper. For some reason, my lighting has shifted and it turned amber on me.
Well, now it's white.
I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah. And this is 100 to buy. I think this camera is also very delicate to light.
It is.
The
I
light
think it's
recently changed.
Yeah, because we had a cloud. Well, we can also go more to the center of the studio to do this in the future. It's $100 to buy. It is signed by Neal.
I think we just went wrong with getting a hoity-toity camera that was freaking expensive and it's got too many freaking bells and whistles.
Okay, next one is Storm. Storm is 13 by 19, and she is signed by Neal. And this, I wouldn't say this is Neal's Storm.
Neal never really drew Storm. He drew in a short story once and a couple, that new X-Men piece he did years and years and years ago.
The first X-Men?
And of course, the
Not
two
the
stats
first
ad.
X-Men, I meant the. Is it
It's
new
that
mix?
black and
Yeah, I know.
that
It's
black and white piece.
right.
Yeah, it's new X-Men.
right.
It's Colossus and Nightcrawler and Cyclops and
Mm-hmm.
Storm and Jean Grey.
So Storm is 100. Comes signed by Neal. Okay. Next up is Bruce Lee, which was the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. I think this was the first cover, either the first or second cover. Signed by Neal in silver at the bottom. It's got some great background drawings on this from all of the movies that we love and all the positions that Bruce Lee does that we're always in awe of.
You may have to speak up a bit with the freak going.
I need to shoot myself today too.
You could. You could.
All right.
You know, this thing rolls. We can drag this anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many people do you have on Instagram?
Fluctuating between 2 and 5, and they come and go.
Oh, we can go off and come back on. No. Okay. This is Batman Ra's al Ghul. It is the wraparound cover with the famous Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul. Famous Ra's al Ghul. Doing Ra's al Ghul.
Doing what Ra's al Ghul does.
Scare people. Again, 100, and it is signed by Neal. Okay. It's going to keep moving along.
So if there's anything anybody seems to think that they might be interested in, please chime in. Right now we're just going through prints, but if you're a CGC fan or if you want to see some original art, just chime in.
I'm going to hop over to CGCs.
We don't have a ton of viewers right now, so you may get your wish.
Yeah.
And doing this earlier in the day is a little experimentation that Kris and I are doing to see who we can find that will join us.
You're fishing.
And please share if you have an opportunity. You know, like I always say, sharing is caring. Please share. The more viewers that we get, the more entertaining it is for you guys because people ask different questions than other folks will. And if you have any questions, chime in.
Don't be scared. It's okay.
Don't be afraid.
Okay, we have the Kryptonite Nevermore. This is probably one of the most licensed positions of Superman out there. I know as a kid, everything there were.
Well, this is the most licensed and the most homaged by other artists posed out there.
True. So this is $100 to buy, and again, it has Neal's signature at the bottom, or right above the Kryptonite word.
I would have to say my favorite homage to this is Dad's own homage to this, but with the Hulk and chains. I like that one.
I kind of like the Superman Lego one he did.
The Lego one is good.
Of course you do.
Hello, gentlemen from Istanbul. Cotman Comics is asking if we're hiring.
No, but you can hire us. We're available for hiring.
Yes, we certainly are.
We are not currently publishing. That's why.
No. So this is a famous piece that Neal did actually as a convention piece. For a convention many moons ago, probably like 74 or 6. It has Batman, Deadman, and Spectre.
Green Arrow in there somewhere?
Oh yeah, Green Arrow's in the cape of Spectre. This is Neal's pencil for that. It is signed by Neal for 100.
Brent Fontenot says they won't bite you unless you ask. Unless you ask, of course.
Well, I'm hoping that people will watch this over the weekend
Mm.
And then if they're interested in something, they can just direct message us. Okay, next one. This is a print that I really like of Thor by Neal, signed by Neal. Again, 100. The signature's at the bottom in silver. Which Thor? Neal does great Thor, but once again didn't do too many.
Well, he did.
In the
He
Avengers.
did the Avengers, and he also did a 2-issue story that I think Joe Sinnott inked. Stanley wrote,
Right.
which so it has a different feel to it.
Yeah.
The lines are a little more, they're a little thicker.
Thicker lines. Neal's favorite kind of lines.
But he did it. He did it. I mean, they were John Buscema and Jack Kirby were doing Thor at the time, so he told the line.
Right. Okay, Thor. There you can hit Thor. I'm going to do a big print. Now this is a Giclée. Again, we sell this for this. Now this is a big one.
Big
one. This one we sell for $300. And the size of this is
20 by 20.
20 by 20. Now this is a painting that Neal did that was 3 feet. No, I see bigger than 3 feet.
It's 4
No, it's 4
4
by
by
4.
4, right. 4 feet by 4 feet that we then shot and made this Giclée. Again, it's on that fancy, nice paper. We sell this for $300. I have one of these left, and that is it. And I don't think we'll go back to press with this. And this one is signed by Neal. These were done while Neal was still around.
And I know, those of you guys who are regular watchers, I always say this when this comes up. But the fascinating thing about this is most painters will use, acrylic or oil paint with what they're doing. And although the colors are acrylic paint, the inking on this was done with India ink, with Dad's usual comic book illustrating brush in order to do this. So this was literally inked. Chris making faces.
I heard that on this.
On
I didn't
this?
say anything.
I'm wearing my hillbilly pants today.
That you did.
Yeehaw. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm going to go line dancing.
Are you line dancing?
I'm
this
line
weekend?
dancing this weekend. I think you should come with me.
I kind of missed
Okay,
it the first time around.
Have a good time.
Never got into line dancing. Okay, this is another 13 by 19. This is all the Green Lanterns. I almost said Green Lanterns. You have Hal Jordan, John Stewart,
Go ahead.
Guy Gardner. Kilowog is in the background.
Is Guy Gardner on here?
Yeah, he's towards the bottom.
Oh.
I never remember the pink girl.
This is the most the phone is wrong.
I know, right?
Oh, I see Guy Gardner. Yep. And it has that nice Neal Adams signature at the bottom.
I like Kilowog.
Yep.
Just you don't see his face in this one.
Yeah.
Because he's giving it all hallelujah in the back.
So again, this was a poster that was originally done for New York Comic Con. I don't know what year. And it's a nice collection of different Green Lanterns. If Green Lantern is who floats your boat, I can't think of a better piece to have than this. And we sell it for $100 with a real Neal Adams signature on the bottom.
You forgot Kyle Rayner.
Here we go.
Yeah, what's the girl's name?
I don't know.
Get
Nobody
smart
knows who
ass.
the girl's name is. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
I know she's Sinestra's daughter. That's about as far as I can go with that one.
Okay. I'm going to do some raw comics that have remarks on them because that makes it even harder to see.
They're remarkable remarks.
So my first book up is a Harley's Little Black Book featuring Superman. Now this was done a while back with Jimmy Palmiotti and
Amanda Connor.
Thank you, because her dad, who I worked with for many years, his name was in the front of her name.
Boy, this is really beautiful art, man. You really got to see this.
I was reading the names. God, everything's giving me a hard time today. Okay, so let's see if Zeea can get in on this remark on this comic.
Luckily enough, the remark is reflective, so it shines.
Yes, so Neal has a very large Harley head that is.
Oh, Brent with the Sornik Natu on the check on the Green Lantern.
Thank you. And it has a nice GC Neal Adams signature there.
Sounds like a sound I would make while I was snoring in the middle of the night. Sornik Natu.
So this is where Neal does a drawing on the covers. This is a nice sized remark of a giant Harley head on his cover. The interiors of this book are Neal Adams, as well as the cover. And we're selling this for $250. And I believe this is my last big Harley Quinn remark. We had two, and I believe we sold one. This is my last one. So again, $250 for the Harley Little Black Book number 5 with a really big-sized Harley Quinn head done in silver by Neal and signed in gold by Neal. $250. And this was kind of a spoof on the Superman versus Muhammad Ali comic. So it's a fun comic in that you can go through it and go, oh, I remember that from Superman versus Muhammad Ali. Okay, next up is I have a. Now this is interesting. You're going to be like, you're crazy. But here we go. I'm going to take this out, I guess, of my plastic. We have a $500 full-color Batman head drawn by Neal as a remark. That
This
is,
one you have labeled as 600 that you just put up.
yes, that is a $600 one. And then I have a $500 one. Just to confuse myself. The difference is in the work that is done on the Batman head itself is why one is 500 and one is 600. These are drawn on facsimile editions of the Challenge of the Man-Bat.
These are not original printings. These
Right.
are facsimiles.
Right, but that Batman head that sits in between the two characters is an original drawing by Neal that he probably penciled it down on the comic and then inked and colored them. It is very rare for Neal to color a remark, which is the reason why these are the prices they are.
Okay, so the one on camera left is 500. The one on camera right is 600.
Correct. Now, because these are artwork and the Harley Quinn is included in this, it can go on our payment plan where you put a third down to secure it as a down payment, and then you can pay it off, over time where you're in control of, like, 1 month I'm going to pay $20, the next month I'm going to pay $50, the next month maybe I'll spend $100. But whenever it gets paid off, we then ship the piece to you. There is no penalties. We don't harass you at all. And we just ask for a monthly payment of some amount of money
Just to keep it current.
just to keep it current in our records. You can take 6 months to pay off a piece, especially like a remark like this. And like I said, why are these different? Because they're in color, and they are colored by Neal himself, and that was a rarity for him to do. Okay, so now.
And for those on YouTube, since there is no direct message on YouTube, what you can do is go to nealadamsstore.com, which I've put on the screen right there. We do have a contact us link there, and you can always send us a direct message there if you see anything that you would like to purchase. You can also go to that website to find various other things that we are not showing you today. And you never know what surprises you'll find.
Original art, I would say the nealadamsstore.com is the place to go to. Okay. Now the next one I have is a man bat. Okay, this is a really nice remark. Again, it's a rarity for Neal to do a remark of Man Bat. You know, he's more tempted to do a Joker or a Batman head. This one is not in color, but this is done in silver Sharpie. It's very large. Again, this is a facsimile edition of the Man Bat story.
Okay, Kevin Randolph Suave is asking, do you have any Robin art?
Robin art.
We do. Well, Robin on his, not so much Robin on his own, but don't we have the print of Robin in the foreground with Batman up high?
The new costume is on.
Yeah, the new costume. I don't know if I have it. I kind of went with stuff that was and I don't know if we have that with the signature anymore. The best thing you could do is, I mean, are you looking for original art Robin, or are you looking for prints of Robin? So let's start there. What are you looking for?
And until we hear back from Kevin, we are currently on this Boy Wonder. I have a print of his new costume, original art. So you're looking for original art.
Okay, if you're looking for original art, I would say either join us on Wednesday night. We go on at 7:15. And I'll make sure we have it. Jason may have it in the Neal Adams store. There's one you colored. Yeah. There's a Robin that is kind of coming over a building that's very nice. It's the one that Robin is by himself. Most of the other Robins we have, Batman is in there with him. There aren't a lot of Robins, but if you're looking for a Robin by himself, we do have one.
Yes, we do.
That's been colored by Zeea. You can find it at the nealadamsstore.com.
Right, which the website is shown on the screen right now.
Or what I would say is direct message us your note that you're looking for Robin original art, and then I will take pictures of Robin that we have and send them to you with prices.
Okay, he says, when he came to the city, I met His Highness. I would so appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, cool. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for
So like
joining
I
us
said, just
today.
direct message us, guy looking for Robin, and I will snap some pictures of the artwork that we have with Robin with prices, and then you can check that out. Okay, so back to where we were, which was Man Bat remark on a comic book. The price of that Man Bat on that comic, it's a raw comic, is $600. But that is a really big Man Bat head. It's signed by Neal, all done in the silver Sharpie.
And again, this is on a facsimile copy of the book.
Correct.
Sorry that we keep saying that, but there was confusion last time.
Yeah, they had a big Ali, or I should say Elite Comics auction, and everybody was like confused over that it was not in the original printing, but a facsimile. Okay. I'm just going to do some CGCs. So as you can see, there's a real mix of stuff that we have. We have original art. Like I said, you can find that through the nealadamsstore.com. If there's something that you're looking for in particular, you can always direct message us. I'm looking for Batman, I'm looking for Robin, I'm looking for Green Lantern, Green Arrow, whoever it is you might be looking for. We can also direct you to places where we know we have stuff. And then again, we'll be on at night for those people who are working and may have missed this and wants to be with us live. We're back on Wednesday nights at 7:15, 7:30 is where we go on. And that we have a mix of original art with us on the table as well. Wow, this is going to have plastic.
So you're good. Stop. You're right there.
So this is a 9.8 yellow label variant cover that has already been CGC'd. And at this point, you can't get things made with the yellow label because Neal Adams is not around anymore. This is actually one of Neal's favorite covers to himself in a way. We're selling this for $100 today. It is a 9.8 Green Lantern number 8. We have a couple of these. Again, it's a 9.8 yellow label for $100. And this is Green Lantern number 8, which was done in 2006. It's an older comic. 2006? Vintage? Maybe.
Yes.
So we're selling this for $100. I do have a couple of these left. So this would be something I would jump on. Because like I said, it's 9.8. It's a yellow label. It's only $100. And it is one of Neal's favorite covers that he ever did.
We can't explain that.
We can't explain that, but if you watch our older shows, you'll even hear Neal say that.
Because you get squiddies, they're happy. It's cute.
Right. It's the alien flowers that makes them drugged out.
Gives them their.
Well, how often does Dad get to do a cover where like the characters are smiling?
That is true. Usually most characters are grimacing all the time. So like I said, we have a couple of these available. The smart person will snatch these up over the weekend and then we'll be out. So I would not sit too long on this one. Okay. So that is one cover we have. The next one is Black Panther 9.8. And this goes back to 2016. This came out right before the movie. Again, it's a yellow label. And we're selling it for $250. The nice thing is it's already been CGC'd, so you don't have to do the wait. If you need a birthday present and you want to send somebody a CGC, this is a nice way to do it. You don't have to worry about missing a birthday because CGC is still CGCing. Already done for you. Again, yellow label, which is most important. And this is the Newberry comic variant that Neal did. So Black Panther 9.8, $250 is the cover price.
And boy, was Dad happy when he saw the movie and the statue was in the film at the very end.
Yeah, because nobody knew anything. Dad was looking for direction on this, and everybody was like, I don't know, Neal, draw whatever you want to draw. And this is what he did, and it just happened to work, which was amazing. It's that Neal Adams, like, lucky dog charm that he has.
That and he could make parking spaces appear at malls.
Yes, I hated that. He would will a parking spot right up front. He had magic in that.
It's sort of like one of those relatively useless superpowers. Like I can turn streetlights on and off.
Hey, at Christmas time, it's not so useless.
Christmas
power.
time is great, but that's about it.
Okay, I have a 9.8. This is Joker number 4, which Neal did in 2021. So this is a newer cover. Again, it is the Joker series that was doing homages to older
His famous
comic,
covers.
his famous covers, right? And obviously, this one is where. Isn't it Ra's al Ghul? It's Ra's al
Yes.
Ghul who's
Yes.
holding his costume, and Batman's on the ground
Yeah,
with
with
no
a sword.
pants on.
Pants on.
He has pants on, but he's got a second pair.
Yes, no pants on.
He
In
doubles
my
up the
mind, he has
britches.
no pants on.
Got a big hairy chest.
Dad originally had bare legs. When we
I
handed-
No, they,
And
When
then
we
DC
had
went,
changed
no, can't show him in his tighty whities.
I thought it was cool. All right. So Yellow Label 9.8, the Joker number 4, came out in 2021. This is a State of Comics variant edition, and we're selling it for $250. This is
First,
a
you know,
9.8.
Batman can't wear boxer briefs in the costume
Probably not.
because then you'd show the
You'd have the
line in
lines,
the middle of the thigh.
lines in your costume.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. Okay. Next up is a 9.6. This is Batman number 50, done in 2018. This is a continuity studios variant.
Good spot.
It is a 9.6 Yellow Label that I'm selling for $100. This has a small run because it is the black and white, and it's obviously signed by Neal. Which is a great price for this one. It is a 9.6. I understand that, but that's a good price. Yellow Label. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
I'll give you a hint. Tight costumes.
Oh, we're going to.
Hmm.
Well, we can't talk about that. Or can we?
I wasn't gonna, but I could not laugh.
All right. Next up is Uncanny Avengers number 1. This again is a Yellow Label from CGC. For a minute, it looked like the old. I guess this is such an old label. This goes back to 2012. This is the 9.6. The nice thing about this is it has Havoc on the cover. Again, it was a variant cover, and we're selling this for
200.
$200. So I just want to repeat again, if you're watching the show and we're not really live anymore, you can always direct message us.
Jeep's getting murdered in the
The
background.
peanut gallery just got murdered. You can always direct message us any questions. If you'd like to purchase something, you can always get a hold of us through direct messaging. We're generally always around. And we can just pull it and hold it over the weekend till Monday, and then we can invoice you on Monday. Not a problem. So $200 for this Uncanny Avengers 9.8. And I think this is a great cover. This is one of my favorite covers. And most people don't know it's out there because, again, it's one of those variants for a comic store. Which we did lots of variants for comic stores.
Yes, we-
So you can't tell me that everybody has this. I have all the weirdo comics, right? We have the weirdo comics. Okay, let me just make sure. Let me grab this. Okay, this is a really cool one if you're into Havoc. So that same CGC that I just showed you. Now this has a Havoc remark. And we're selling this for $400 because I don't think Neal did Havoc remarks. So it's that same comic I just showed you as the CGC, and that upper corner in silver and black is a Havoc head that is an original piece of art drawn on the comic book. So lately I've noticed on the Neal Adams appreciation page, people have been talking about Havoc recently and how cool his costuming is. And here is a Havoc remark by the guy who designed that costume. Mm-hmm.
Greetings, Sergio.
Not Sergio.
Not that Sergio. No, I would have gone ape crazy over here if it was that.
I would
Sergio.
just do private shows for Sergio at 5 o'clock on Fridays. And that's not to say, Sergio, whoever you are, that you're important too. But we were talking about Sergio Aragones, who Z and I have known for a very long time and miss a lot these days.
Yeah, we have not seen. We're never at the same convention.
Right. Okay. Now this is a good one, so everyone should look at this. Because I'm not going to do this again.
Okay, Steve Ricciart is asking any Wolverine side profiles left.
Maybe.
All right, direct message us.
I've
see what
heard
we
a
can find.
rumor that there is a Wolverine still out in California.
Oh, okay.
What I'll do is I'll get them to send me a photo of it. If you direct message me, then I'll send you the photo, and then we'll just score it out of California. But I heard rumor that there is one still left on the planet of continuity. All right, now this one, pay attention to, because this one is the cool one. This is a 9.8 yellow label of the Fantastic Four. Again, it is the second printing of issue number 2. So second printings are usually small, and it has Galactus on it. We're selling this for $250. And I will try and get the glare off of Galactus's head, just because I like this cover so much.
Okay, and when we're done with Galactus, if we can get a price on the Silver Surfer head behind you next to El Diablo.
Sure. I have 2 of these 9.8 yellow label Fantastic Four antitheses left.
Antithesis. Or is it antithesi?
No, it's antithesis.
But what if there's more than one? What is the plural of antithesis?
Antithesi. No?
I don't know.
Okay.
Usually there's usually only one antithesis.
Okay. There you go. So there's antithesis. If there's more than one. In any case, the price for this is $250. I have 2 of these left. Hard to find. I'll know if you're watching the show, because if this doesn't go, then I know nobody watched our show. So, because this is what I would buy. And everybody follows what Kris would buy. Okay.
That's when you threaten to take it home.
Well, I'm going to take these home because I still think this is the coolest cover. I had to fight like a dog to get them to get me
Right,
them.
Silver Surfer's to your left. There you go.
Okay, for the person who was asking about the silver, oh crap, I have to take it out of the plastic.
Are you coming to any Nashville, Tennessee shows soon? I wish. I've always wanted to visit Nashville.
You go visit Tommy. Okay, so Silver Surfer, original art, Neal Adams with a Neal Adams signature.
And this is $600.
Price on this is $600. This is the last Silver Surfer.
And the colors up beautifully
Right.
should you choose.
For additional money, you can have Zeea color it. Neal has drawn a couple of Silver Surfers that Zeea has colored. She colors them all differently from one another. Sometimes she does very reflective chrome, and you'll see the universe in the drawing. We also colored these days separate from the black and white art by making a print and then coloring a print so that your black and white line art stays pristine as black and white art. So 600 now. Also, I want to say this is original art, so it can go on the payment plan where you put a third down as a down payment hold, and then you can make payments till it is paid off. You are in control of the amount of money you make your payments with, and then once it is paid off, we ship it out to you. So obviously, the bigger the amounts are, the faster you get the piece of art. On the other hand, we don't mind, if it takes $20 a month till you're finally paid off. People have done that. So we just hold it till you're done paying it off, and then we just ship it out to you. So it's designed by Jason and Neal so that anyone could afford to get Neal Adams art.
Right, and there's no interest, there's no penalties. The only reason why we ask you to make steady monthly in whatever increment you choose is just to keep it current so it's not forgotten about, doesn't get lost in the files or anything like that. So even if it's like a $20 payment for the month, it's fine, just to keep it current.
Okay, so that's Silver Surfer. And I have a nice Vampirella who I didn't take out plastic. Vampirella who is 8.5 by 11. This is original pen and ink Neal. Color on this is Zeea. It is a sign piece, and we're selling it for $1,500.
Okay, Steve says he's going to stew on it.
Okay.
You stew.
You stew. Just direct message us when you're boiling, and then we'll pull it to the side. Direct messaging is fantastic. It gives you time to look at what you can afford, or maybe you can't afford. You can sit and think about it, and then push it. Push the button if you want to push the button. So again, this is Vampirella. This is pencil and ink Neal. Color on this is Zeea. We're selling this for $1,500. It is a sign piece by Neal. She's on 8.5 by 11 paper, and she's very cute, and she needs a home. So $1,500 for Vampirella.
She's looking for her forever home.
She is looking for her forever home. I'm going to show actually your back row.
Did we come up with a number on it?
We have not come up with a number because we're not going to really sell her till Wednesday night. So Wednesday night we will be putting this up for sale.
Last question for Steve Ritchie Art. He says, any Sentinel or Dark Side profiles?
No, all that stuff has gone. If you're looking for original art, I have a nice print of Superman with Dark Side behind him, which I can show. I know that's on the table. This is going to be available for sale on Wednesday night. And what you're looking at is what I was talking about. So Silver Surfer, if you're into this. So we have the black and white art.
And that's the original ink.
Right, the original pencil and ink of Neal with the original signature. We then make a copy of this. Zeea then colors it so that you're still keeping your pristine black and white art, and you now have a color piece. Color is additional money to have done. We've said that people who may have black and white art that you may have purchased from Neal at conventions or through our show or whatever, if you're interested in getting a piece colored, we can do it this way. You may have to send the artwork back to us for us to scan. In most cases, we have scans. If you did it at a convention, we probably don't have a scan of it. But this is going to be on sale Wednesday night, and we go on around 7:15, 7:30. Batgirl will be available to buy then, and she
Got
comes.
Lumpia says how much for the original, for the line art one. Well, we're not selling it with
We're
just the
not-
line art anymore.
Right. We did have a price on this for a long time, and nobody purchased it. So now we're selling it as a color piece. So the price when it was just a black and white was $1,500. But that will change come Wednesday night. It will go up a bit because it is now color, and we're selling it as a color piece, even though you're seeing the black and white art. I mean, you'll get both pieces for whatever the
Right.
price is that we decide next Wednesday. But it won't be that much higher. You know, it'll be a couple $100 higher. So, but it is a gorgeous piece. It is based on the purple outfit.
The Yvonne Craig 1960s Batgirl from the
Right.
TV show.
Zia even has the texturing of her outfit.
No,
It's okay. So there's texturing just like her costuming had. That's cool. But we'll do when we normally do our show and it's artwork, we do a lot of pans and scans so that you really get to see the art very close and slowly. We'll have a pan and scan of this on Wednesday night for everybody to check out. And I'm sure she'll probably find her forever home on Wednesday night because a lot of people have asked about this piece. A lot of people seem excited about it. That I have a feeling this is a piece that's going to go relatively quickly once we price it. We actually put it out there. We've been showing it. Zia did videos of herself coloring it, so you can actually see the color work being done on the piece.
Yep, and don't worry, you don't have to sit through the whole process. It's time lapse, so it goes pretty quickly.
Exactly. So that will be Wednesday night. Like I said, we come on same place as you guys are. At like 7:15, 7:30 is when we start. Usually we start with stuff that we've been selling while people load up. And
Is that copy on Bristol board? The copy is on Cougar paper, which is sort of my
it's
paper
actually,
of choice when it comes to coloring.
and Cougar paper is the same paper that Neal
That
draws
draws
on. So it's kind of like a 2-ply, I would say, equivalent.
It's a very bright white paper that takes the color beautifully.
Yeah.
And actually, the only time Dad doesn't ink on that is if he's inking on the Cubert paper for covers and stuff.
Right. But when he does commission pieces, like this is a piece where we did color on the original. And we sell this piece for $1,800. So this is an original drawing. So this is original pencil and ink of Superman, colored by Zia, signed by Neal, obviously. And the price on this is $1,800. And this is a pan and scan like what we do on Wednesday nights when we do show artwork. And like I said, once again, you can go to nealadamsstore.com to see artwork as well. That's a nice Superman. You know, we're coming down to a very small amount of Neal's art available these days. A lot of stuff has been sold. So I wouldn't sit back too much longer on pieces. And I'm not saying that just so you buy them. Just telling you where we're at. So I think that is going to be it for today. Because we are summertime and Z and I have decided to enjoy our weekends a little bit. Where we decided to do an earlier show tonight and just leave our video up there for everybody. We did cover prints and CGCs and remarks on comic books, a little bit of art. Again, nealadamsstore.com on the internet has a lot of Neal Adams art that is still available to buy. Wednesday night, Z and I will be back and we'll do our normal show, which is in the evening. We see the problems that we hit today with doing a show during the daytime up here. So we're probably just going to have to shift where we are in the studio to do daytime shows.
Do a closet.
We'll do a closet. Z and I are coming out of the closet. So we don't
Going
want to
in the
go back
closet,
in the
okay.
closet. So I want to say thanks for watching us. Again, if we're not on and you're watching this, you can always direct message us. Any questions you have, we're around to answer. We're pretty quick at getting photographs to people who are interested in pieces and answering questions.
And also for those of you on YouTube, since there is no direct messaging on YouTube, you can go to the website you see on your screen, which is nealadamsstore.com. There is a contact us button that you can click on there to send us an email if you have any questions about anything you've seen or anything you haven't seen and maybe you might have.
And we're not going to San Diego, so we will be here next week.
We will be here next week, yes. For everybody else who can't go to San Diego, because not everybody can go.
Exactly. So, all right. So Z and I are going to say goodnight. We're back here Wednesday night, our normal show. And for everybody who normally watches us, yep, we snuck one in here. And we're just trying stuff out during the day to see how it is, because a lot of people seem to have half-day Fridays. But I also know a lot of people get on the road and start heading to their summer houses and stuff like that. Or at least that's what we do in New York. So we're going to say goodnight from Pete and Z and myself. Everybody have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.